What's up, guys? I'm Mello.
Ziggy Zag,
Welcome to the Unorthodox Lifestyle. Expect nothing.
anticipate everything.
Let's go. So, today we're talking about big picture mentality, thinking big, growth mentality, having that mentality where you can just go through that whole struggle, spend time, and just be patient with your process and just, develop yourself, have that end goal, and go through that process to get to that end goal. So I think big picture mentality develops growth mentality because with big picture mentality, you are not focused on what you can get right now. You are more focused on what you can get in the later years. You are more focused on what you can get in that time frame you've given yourself to achieve said goal. And it's something that develops this whole growth mentality where you can be patient with your process and just be involved with the tasks you have going on while working towards the end goal. What do you think, my bro?
I think big picture mentality is also long-term mentality. Thinking long-term, looking at what's beyond you, having that picture in your mind of something you want to bring to your reality, something you want to manifest, something you want to achieve. It also requires staying present because if you can't stay present, you can't really focus on what's beyond you because this present moment is just the future of the past. So you have to stay present with that mentality, with that goal, with that growth in your mind because every moment counts. Every time, every tick on the clock counts. You just have to stay active with what you are trying to grow into and have that picture in your mind and focus on growing and becoming better as a human being.
Yeah, and I think it helps you live in anticipation instead of expectation. Because when you are in anticipation, you're not focused on one particular goal. You're just anticipating everything. Everything is possible with the mindset of anticipation instead of expecting to get to this certain goal, expecting to get to this certain level. Because when you have a big picture mentality, you have that thinking big mindset, you can inflate the end goal, inflate it so big that before you get there, you would have developed so much personality, so much growth within yourself where basically you just get to live in anticipation. You just get to live in anticipation instead of expectation because I think living in anticipation is beneficial compared to living is in an expectation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because expectations breed disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be disappointed by the whole goal you are setting because you don't need to it's setting a goal is still part of the process because while you're setting that goal you have steps you need to go by, like you break that goal down into steps, step by step, so that it will be easy for you to achieve.
Yeah.
Waking up every day, writing down your goals, having something in mind because it's having that, okay, you have a 5 year plan, 10 year plan. It takes a day to make a week, it takes a week to make months, and months to make years. So you need to focus on that day because every day counts, every minute counts. You need to have that goal in your mind, that picture while working every day, while you are breathing, while you are active in other activities. You need to have that goal in mind while still trying to visualize that big picture you are trying to achieve because it's really, really necessary to have that picture in your mind, that growth, knowing that you don't have a fixed mindset, you're about growth. When you look back on yourself, you'll be like, damn, yeah, I really grew. That's something that every human being needs to experience.
Yeah. I know when you don't have this whole expectation with your goals, you see failure as an opportunity to learn. You don't see failure as a bad thing. You don't see failure as a reason to stop what you're doing. You just see that, okay, I failed in this part. Okay, that means I have to do something different the next time. That means I have to change my strategy. I have to change my approach to that particular thing you failed at. Instead of just quitting or stopping, now you just see that as an opportunity to grow, to become better, to learn from that experience and adapt that lessons you've learned in your next experience. So failure doesn't phase you basically because you're thinking big, you have an end goal. You know that, yeah, you are going to go through several steps, you're going to go through several phases to get to that end goal. So you don't even pay attention to failure. Failure to you is just like, because you just got to try something different. So I think that point is key.
I think the process is defining your goal, know what you want, and know the habits that you require to achieve those goals. Defining your goals, you need patience. You need to stay calm, like know that okay, I have faith in this goal while working on the goal because fear is a very low vibrational energy which makes you question your goals and purpose. So you don't need that in this process. And you also need discipline. You need to stay disciplined because discipline is a very key act in this whole long-term goal, in this whole long-term mentality, this whole growth mindset. You need discipline to grow. You need discipline to let go of habits that are delaying your growth, habits that don't want you to grow. So you need discipline to grow into a better version of yourself, into your higher self. And also you need resilience because this whole stuff is not just easy. I'll just put it out, it's not easy, but it's really worth it because when you are trying to be a better version of yourself or to grow or you have a goal in mind, forces will forces will come against you trying to hold you back and all that, but you need to stay strong and resilient and fight through it. Understanding that okay, I have this in my mind, I can accomplish it. Focus, stay resilient, stay disciplined, and have patience. I think those are the steps within you that can help you achieve this long-term goal.
And you won't even have any room for anxiety. You won't have any room for self-doubt
Yeah,
because you've already created like an image of the end goal. You've already created like your end goal. You know where you want to get to. So all that is happening around you is just a process to get you to that part. So subconsciously, you've already developed this threshold. You've already developed this strength, mental strength within yourself that you can go through anything without experiencing any low vibrational energy like anxiety, depression, because you have clear understanding and a clear vision of where you want to get to. So regardless of what you go through, regardless of the anxiety coming from your external experiences or from whatever, you just get to just chin it up and feel like, yeah, the end goal is what is important, and this process is what is also important. So you don't even get to dwell on how you're feeling. You get to use every feeling as a stepping stone to get to that end goal.
yeah. I think if you focus in the moment, the present, and execute your goals, there won't be any room for anxiety because while you don't have to be passive, you need to be active while focusing on the long term. Every day counts. You need to execute your goals every day. Execute those goals that you've written down. Execute them every day. Keep executing till you can just see, okay, I'm here now. I used to be there. You understand? And you also need to delay instant gratification because while in this process, you need to delay every form of gratification that comes your way. You need to focus and stay disciplined. I've mentioned that, but I'm still repeating that discipline is a key part in this. Just like you need to have patience and all that. So you need to have this long-term mindset because I think most of the great people we have today in this world, they have a very long-term mindset. It just didn't take them a day to achieve anything they achieved. They started a long time ago. And it could be you. It's just you holding yourself back. It's just you, your lower self versus your higher self. You need to defeat that lower self and step into who you need to be to have a goal, to have a purpose,
Yeah.
and have focus.
And I also think the whole idea of the big picture mentality as it relates to growth mentality, it helps you focus on the progress instead of perfection. Because when you have a clear understanding of where you want to get to in the later years and you have a goal set up, you are focused in the process. You're focused on the process of getting to that journey, not trying to be perfect. Because this whole construct of perfection can get you really, really disappointed because you just pay attention to what you're not doing instead of appreciating that which you are doing. So when you have a big picture mentality, you get to focus on the process. You get to be fully invested, fully involved in the process of getting that which you're doing, and that way you become more present. And when you are present, you know what that tells, you know what that means. You get to be able to decide what you feel. You get to be able to control your emotions, your energy, because you are in that moment. You are involved in that present moment. Nothing from the external side can come fuck with your energy, can come mess up how you feel or mess up what you're thinking, because your priority is that end goal and you're working towards that. So every step in that process will be exciting, will be interesting for you because you are fully involved in it. That way you are building being present as a personal quality within yourself.
Yeah, you need to maintain your momentum and understand that failure is not a limit. Look at failure like winning in disguise. Like you can't win without failing. And in every win there's a failure. In every failure there is winning. So look at failure like, okay, I'm doing something, I'm experimenting, I'm trying out this. Even if I fail on this, even if I fail, I can still try out something. Don't let failure limit you, because in every failure there's a win. In every win there's a failure. You just can't win without failing, and you can't fail without winning. So understand that the fact that you are failing means you are still going to win, because they are intertwined.
Yeah. I know this, it also helps you build self-compassion, self-appreciation, because when you go through all this process with this mindset of, okay, you got to trust your process, you don't have to let failure stop you, you don't have to let expectations stop your process. You have this self-appreciation because you know what you're doing. Have that big picture mentality, take the time, it develops your mind. It's like mental workout. You grow, you develop this threshold where you can handle so many things, and it rubs off on your personality too, not just on that particular goal you've set aside. So it's something you can benefit from a whole lot and have so much to offer when you have this big picture mentality, because things don't phase you. You can learn to be patient, you can learn to be resilient. So that's a key part of this whole thing. And out here in Orthodox lifestyle, we try to put out this content, put out this message to nudge you guys to just develop. It's more about self-development. It's all about self-development, actually. Develop yourself, grow yourself. That way, life is going just to be fun with you. You're just going to have fun with life, basically. Yeah.
Orthodox lifestyle, live it, talk it.
Yeah. And you guys, let us know.
In the
I want to
comments.
see your comments. Please drop a comment. Let us know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe. And with that being said, see you guys on our next episode.
Peace.
Peace.